Big slow with the alley-oop.
Fuck it. All right, man. Look, we back again for another episode of Strip Clubs and Art Galleries. I feel like I took a little break. I think I did. Maybe I think I've been gone now like 3 weeks. I had some personal things going on in life, which we all do, and I just needed to breathe and decompress. But I missed my show. I missed it. And I was like, all right, I got to come back. And when I thought about coming back, I needed a special guest, somebody that was going to make me feel better about all the shit I was going through, something nice to look at for a couple of hours. You know what I mean? So I rewarded myself. So tonight, we got a beautiful young lady by the name of Stori with me, right? That's what we call it?
Stori, also known as They Love Her Story.
There it is. So, and if y'all not following her on Instagram and all these platforms, go ahead and do it now. Check it out, and then come back and finish watching this. But let me first off welcome you to my show, Strip Clubs and Art Galleries. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm happy that you're here. I'm going to try to get you drunk. You know what I mean? But how often do a man tell you that up front, right? It's not often.
Right.
So at least I'm transparent. I don't try to do too much. You know what I mean? So, but nah, for real, welcome to the show. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to get in your business.
What, can I get in your business real quick?
I would love for it.
You said you was going through some personal things. That's why you was gone for a minute. What was you going through?
Man, my life is in shambles. I feel like my life in shambles because, like, I was going through a breakup. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, and trying to navigate through that and still be friends or be cordial. You know what I mean? We share a child and you know and stuff like that. So it's like, all right, so how do I do this with the least amount of issues day to day?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot. So, you know, and then also me having to learn to take accountability for my doings, what I contributed to the demise of the situation and so forth. And then also being able to be adult enough to tell a person, this is why I felt this way, or this is what caused me to want to move like this and so forth. Excuse me.
Well, I respect you that you even able to do that because so many men do not know how to talk about their feelings and identify with why they feel a certain way.
It's hard. It's hard for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's very hard for me because we not taught to do it. You get what I'm saying? Like initially, like you have a son, you raise your son. Like I was raised by a single mom. You know, a lot of us are raised by single moms. But even if if you don't have a balance, if you just got one parent, if you got a dad, you might be too rough on you. If you got a mom, she might be too rough trying to be a dad. You know what I mean? So you do need that balance. And if you don't have that balance of a man around you as a man, you don't necessarily learn how to express yourself. Because I got friends that grew up with just moms and they might be more in touch with their emotions than I am, but then you'll see women clown them for that.
You grew up with just your dad?
Nah, I grew up with just my mom.
Just your mom?
Yeah, but my mom was tough.
Okay.
She was like a nigga. Versus, where I got some homeboys who moms was more of a churchgoers or, women in that sense of trying to raise their child a different way than my mom did,
So what was it before or after the breakup that you realized you needed to start talking about your feelings?
After.
After, damn, that's deep. I feel like
after.
that's when
Yeah, after. But it was because it felt like it was in my face that I had to. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
I didn't want to talk about it. I just, like every relationship I ever been in, when it ended, I could have so much thought built up about it, but I never let it out. I just move on. I just take the L, like, fuck it, you leaving. And I could sit here and I could openly say, oh man, don't go, or let's figure it out, or let's work it out, or let me tell you what I did, or let me say sorry. Like, but it's something in me where it's just that ego or that bravado would make me feel like, man, take your L like a man, bro. Have some dignity. Don't beg. Like, don't make yourself look bad. She already made her mind up. That ain't gonna change it. So, you know what I mean? And in reality, a lot of times women just want you to do that to change their mind,
Facts.
But it's just not, it's hard for me to do that. It's hard for me to do it because in my mind, I feel like you never gonna see me the way you seen me before.
You do realize a woman doesn't just do that because, like, just because she wants to see you do that or hear you do that. She's doing that because she doesn't know she's like even like valid in your life to the point or like where like you would, you know, do anything for her or you just love her that much. She's questioning your love for her in some sense. So.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a kid, like how they act
You need
out.
reassurance.
They want attention, but they act out to get it. You know what I'm saying? It might not be the right way she's trying to get that attention, but in a sense, she really just wants your attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of times, like me, I need reassurance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of the fucked up shit I done in life to women was because I was looking for reassurance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I meet you and we getting along and I'm doing things for you and you make me feel like you appreciate it and you value it and you never had this before, it does something for my ego, right?
Yeah.
And then once it becomes normal to you, the behavior that I'm giving you, you don't necessarily show that appreciation vocally as like you used to. So then it starts to feel like, well, you don't appreciate it anymore. You just taking advantage of it now. Or you expect it. Now it's an expectation. It's not a gift anymore. And then at that point, you go out trying to find somebody else that can make you feel like it's a gift.
Yeah.
You know? So
I get that in a sense. I can relate, but I don't go out and actually go try to find somebody else. But I have those thoughts, like, definitely was going above and beyond to just, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning of a relationship, please my man. But once it gets to a point where you start feeling like it's not appreciated or just expected, no matter how they treat you or what they do or what they say, like, stop. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, I don't have to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this because I want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, when you meet people, a lot of time, like what they call the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Like, in that phase is when people show you that appreciation.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's new and it's fresh and I never experienced this, or I'm just lucky to have you, I'm grateful to have you. But then when you get to that level of comfort where that wears off and it's like, now we just, like, we together. We a team, we equal. Like, you're not that special to me like I thought you was no more. Now I know your flaws. I know, you know, you fine to them niggas. You ain't fine to me now. You regular to me because I didn't, you know what I mean? But that's the reality, right? Whereas, like, people will say, like, you know, the term, they say, show me a bad bitch, I'll show you a nigga tired of fucking her, right? Because you'll see women that are, like, niggas that jump through hoops to get. Mm-hmm. And then they'll be in a relationship with a nigga that don't really care, like, or be over them because it's we don't always realize what come with people.
Yeah.
And then when you see it just like, it's like knowing how the magic trick was done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not special. It was lit when I didn't know how you did it. Now I know how you do it. It's not that special no more. I could do it. I could teach someone else how to do it now.
It almost make you wonder though, is that just what all relationships boil down to in the end over time, over a longevity, like, you know, over longevity, would it just get to that point at some point because you get used to a person?
Yeah. You always will.
You're going to get used to a person.
Will.
I don't care if it's a year, 5 years. Yep. And it's just like how you viewed them in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know?
For me, I think I have to be with a person that I'm not with for the thrill. I think if I'm with you and it's not for the thrill, like, I'm with you like you my partner, you my dog, like, you know, we can go through hell and ups and downs and, you know, because everybody gonna make mistakes. Everybody is.
Yeah, most definitely.
We in our 20s, our 30s, and we want to be in a relationship that we see on movies and films. That's 50, 40, 70-year relationships and people like that. Oh, I want to be like my grandparents, all that kind of shit. But you don't know what your grandparents went through.
Yeah, right.
You don't know what they went through. You don't know what they had to deal with.
I think I know what they went through. I think I know what most people in relationships that been together for a long time go through, and I think they really got the game fucked up. I think they've been through trying to stick it out because it was the right thing to do. Yeah. Like, our grandparents stuck together because it was in the Bible. They stuck together because this was a second or third marriage, and they not starting over again, or they got kids together, or they got tired. They set their standards down and just was like, you know what, I'm sticking with this person. I'm not opposed to it. I really feel like sticking with a person is what could build that connection, long as two people are always willing to change and have an open mind. But the moment that you have one person who's not willing to change and have an open mind, that's where it goes wrong. Like, with anything we want in life, you got to work for it. You got to put in some work. So many people get comfortable with just, oh, you already got this person. No. Like, I know for me, you might have met me when I was young as hell, but right now I'm older, and so what attracted me then is different now.
Exactly.
So our mindsets got to grow together. You feel me? Like, but even if you're not all the way there yet, I could be patient with you because I got history with you. You know, I love you. but let's work on it. Let's go to therapy. So many black men don't want to do therapy.
We don't.
They don't want to do
don't.
therapy, and it's just like, why? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. This show has become my therapy because I sit here and I talk to women on this couch and I'll say things that I wouldn't say normally because they'll ask me questions and it's like, damn, this shit is kind of therapeutic because I do feel like, you know, questions will be asked to me and I have to answer honestly because that's what I want in return.
Yeah.
I want to ask you questions and you answer honestly. So it's like, damn, that's me having to face accountability. You know what I mean? So it's kind of therapeutic for me. But what you say about you know, about like even with the grandparents, if we really think about it and boil it down, like it's 2023, but what, 50 years ago, a lot of our grandmamas couldn't vote. They couldn't have bank accounts. They couldn't have jobs.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't have any rights. Even the ones that did have jobs got paid pennies, really, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then, you know, at that time, after the Great Depression and all that shit, not to be too historical, but most of the jobs at that time were labor jobs. Yeah. We live in a society now where most of the jobs are tech jobs. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of tech, a lot of computerized jobs, a lot of desk jobs and shit like that. But before that, there was a lot of labor jobs. Women weren't really working them jobs. So when you think about a woman that's unhappy in her marriage in 1948, 1958, 1968, where's she gonna go? If I leave granddad, where am I go? I can't go get a mortgage. I can't get a job. I can't open a bank account. Mama live with that granddad. And mama live with her dad.
You go live with your mama and your daddy.
So, but you'll go live with your mama, and your mama back then was programmed to tell you, no, you need to go fix things with your husband.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's what your mama would tell you back then. Oh, you need to go sort that out with your husband. Take you and them kids need to go be with your husband. Like, you know what I mean?
Shit was fucked up.
Yeah. But it was like, so when I say that because there was a time when women were handcuffed and they were like, a relationship was safety to them. Nowadays, women have choices. So that's why I think we did see a spike in divorces and why we see a lot of, not the only reason we see a lot of single parent homes, but you do see a lot of relationships split and single moms raising kids by themselves, or you see a lot of dynamics where you got a stepdad in the house or whatever, or a stepmom in the house, because families now it's okay to break up in a sense. It's fucked up to say that, but it's okay for people. People look at it like, you will hear people have conversations and they'll say, well, if you get married and it don't work out, it's not the end of the world. You hear that now. That was not the mindset 50 years ago.
I think you're absolutely right, because even thinking about it, I think it kind of boils down to the man's demeanor too. Like, once a man get comfortable, he kind of just be feeling like, you know, he's just a man and he don't have to do this, that, and the third. Like, and so I don't think that he's still stuck in how he saw the household be ran with his grandfather and his grandmother and his mother and his father.
Me too, yeah.
So he's
You're
thinking
right.
it's still that way.
Uh-huh.
But buddy, it ain't that way no more. Like, I would be okay and I'll be fine with or without you.
What do we not be doing that we should be doing around the house?
Well, I feel like men definitely don't, you know, do for the kids just as much as the mother does when you have a baby. Like, I know for me, like, I have 3 kids. I just had one last year, and I used to say I wanted 12 kids. With the right circumstances and situations, I might have more kids, but in our situation right now, I wouldn't. Like, I'm not going to say, he's a great dad, you know what I'm saying? The ones that can move around and proactive, but like with a baby wise, I'm just kind of stuck. Like, it's hard for me to do the shit that I need to get done. All the night feedings, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did that. I had to wake up throughout the night. I felt like, because he had to work at 4:30 in the morning. But in the same sense,
that's what I was waiting for.
But in the same sense,
okay.
But in the same sense, you know what I'm saying? We pay half of the bills, half and half. I have my own business too. I do OnlyFans, so I think that gets like degraded within the relationship because you're not physically going to do labor.
Right.
He's lifting up shit. You know what I'm saying? He delivering appliances, doing this, that, and the third. So to him, he's like dead shit tired. But I'm dead shit tired just from waking up throughout the night, you know what I'm saying, having to cook dinner, having to do this, then I still got to sit. OnlyFans is definitely a lot of work. People think it's not. You got to make videos. You got to edit the videos. You got to respond to DMs. You got to make sure you're posting on Instagram, posting on Twitter. You got to make new content for all 3 or any social platform you have on the regular basis.
I do that for the show,
It's a full-time job compared to when I didn't have a baby, and now, you know what I'm saying, how much I was able to work and compared to now and the money I'm making, the difference is definitely a difference. So it's just like, I started feeling like I should get paid to stay at home to have a baby. That started to be my demeanor. I actually made a post like that on Instagram yesterday, and that's not like me. I normally very private about anything I go through, but I really just was frustrated because it's like you're able to get up and go as you please. You know what I'm saying? Just because even when he took this new job, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have to take it, but it was a contract of his own, so it was beneficial. So of course I'm not gonna be like, no. It's gonna bring more money in. You know, I want to see you make more money.
Yeah, because that should help the family.
Right, but then it's just like.
But that's what we depend on y'all for that though. Like if a man has to go work, you know, which he should, right? He's supposed to. So we kind of look at women like y'all are the nurturers. You're supposed to do this while I go do that.
I feel like if I'm doing that though, I shouldn't have to be stressed out about my business and taking care of the kids too. Like I can't be taking care of the kids in the house and meals, and then the day go by and I didn't take care of my business. Now my money low and rent's coming up and my car note's coming up and it's coming up and my shit getting put to the back burner because I have so much other shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
So besides the baby, do you feel like, well, you kind of said that, like that's the main issue. But besides the baby, it feels equal.
I mean, I've never been the type to trip about paying no half on bills. I've never had a nigga just pay everything for me. I've had situations where I was single and I've had men pay my rent. But it was for exchange of service in some type of sense. I've never had a nigga just do for me because I love you and I just want to do this for you. Yeah. I'm always the type of person where I'm fair. I'm a Libra. We like the fair sign of them all. Yeah. So
that scale.
My scale is for the most part well balanced. I'm not gonna take from you unless I'm giving you something. Okay. And I'm also not gonna ask from you more than I would take from you in a sense. Like
that sounds like logic to me.
Right.
Like a logical thinker.
Yeah, so I ain't never tripped on paying half of the bill. But see, where I get frustrated at is just not getting half of the time that I'm giving you to be able to do what you doing. I need half of that time back in a sense. You feel me? Like I need to be able to do what I need to do.
I feel you. I don't know. Like I think every family dynamic works in its own way, and I think it should be that way. There's no cookie cutter way for a household to be ran. Yeah. Because what you might not like, the next woman might excel at that shit and love it. You know what I mean? Like you run businesses. Like you run a business, you run a brand. The next woman might not want to do none of that. She might only want to be in the house. You know what I mean? Or she might have lesser expectations or different expectations. Might not even be lesser. Let's just say different, right? Yeah. And sometimes it boils down to that, whereas will make our partners feel a way about what they lack, whereas it's not that they necessarily lack it. It's just that it might not be enough for what I want. You know, you might do these things just not in abundance. So you might not do enough. Like, say for instance, there's women out here that never had a man pay bills for them ever. So a man come along, he start paying her cell phone bill, she happy because I never had it. But then there's women that had that shit, just money thrown at them left and right, right? So then a nigga that's offering to pay one bill, what's that going to do? You know what I'm saying? So it changes, like, the dynamic changes.
In time, things change, because I can relate to that. My first child I had when I was 16. So, of course, I didn't have a standard on what that looked like in the future. It was just like, you know what I'm saying, just happened, and I had a baby. And so, actually having to do things on my own with her and raise her on my own, you know what I'm saying, because we was going through our differences and whatever the case may be, I realized, like, I really just want a man who's going to be there in a child's life and somebody that can go half on the bills. And so that's what I looked for. Wow. That's what I wanted, and I was happy when I got it. But once you get it, me and who I'm with, we've been together for almost 8 years. Wow. Yeah, so it's like, I obsessed over it. I'm talking about, like, I was so turned on by the fact that you just here every day with your kids, you playing with them, you throwing the football, you playing with dolls with our daughter, you doing
family
everything
structure,
you can.
That shit get
like
wet.
That shit was just like everything. Yeah. But things changed. Shoot, that was the beginning of the first few years. Shoot, the next child, I feel like I'm doing most of the work. I do.
So did things change, or did you just get comfortable?
How I get comfortable? He got comfortable.
I mean, comfortable in the sense, like, you got so used to seeing it. Now it's like, okay, the spark is not there no more. You've been doing that. Like, you've been throwing the football. You've been playing with the kids. All you ever do is play with the kids. Like, you know what I mean? And then it's like, well, shit, you used to like when I played with her before. Now you don't like it.
Maybe you just expect more. You're right. I may have just expected more.
Yeah.
I may expect more now. I do feel like as you get older, you do start to expect more. You're supposed to do more in life. You're supposed to progress. So what you just did the last few years to make it by, you got to be doing some more than just what you was doing then. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I get it, but if you got a winning recipe, if it's working.
Well, I'm still with my man. I still love him.
So whatever he's doing is working.
I'm not going to give up on him because, you know what I'm saying, we're having a moment in time where we're going through something because I do see, you know what I'm saying, I have hope that he could change. You feel me? I have hope that things could change. If it don't, then shit it don't. But I'm not just going to give up like that. It's been 8 years, so it's like, okay, before I walk away, I'm going to make sure that I tried everything that we could do and... You know, but he did quit therapy, so it got me a little upset right now.
But see, that to me, what I'm saying in my mind as a man, I'm looking at it like when you use terms like walk away or give up or quit or whatever, it's like you using that after your complaint is a man not doing enough around the house. It's like, you know what niggas do to women out here? Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of, in the grand scheme of things, that's a good man.
That's fucked up. Yes, I'm not going to downplay him, but when you start to live together with a person and y'all start getting close together and y'all really start talking about life, about spirituality, about everything in depth, being better, changing, this, that, and the third, you don't no longer look at the rest of society as your comparison. You look at each other in the past years that you've known each other, and then you compare that in the growth. Like, he has expectations of me as well. You feel what I'm saying?
What do you think he expects from you?
Whew. Well, I do know he probably expects for me to get out of Onlyfans. That's probably a big factor in our relationship and why he kind of just, you know what I'm saying, is getting a little bit tired himself too. I know that. Like, I do have a very good feeling that is an issue.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
outside of that,
I don't fucking know what his expectations
is.
See,
that's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. Because we as men,
therapist asked us these questions and he quit, so I'll never know.
I mean, maybe he didn't want to answer it, but I feel like for the new age man, we don't really have expectations.
Oh yeah, right.
I really feel like we don't. Like, because when it really boil down to it, we might have things that we want from a woman, but once we get in a relationship and we live in the same house and this, that, and the third, men don't usually leave. We don't usually request a divorce. Fuck off? Yeah, but we don't leave our family.
Oh, see, but here's the thing: if I ever found out he fucked off, I would be done. We went through that when I was young, and I was still stripping. And I was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was toxic at one point. Man, but now everything's calm, calculated. Like, I can't catch him up for shit. Like, it ain't.
Oh, you trying?
I have tried over the years. I didn't put trackers on that man's car, just trying to make sure, see where he was going. I'm crazy, for real. Like, I got to make sure, if I'm being faithful, I have to make sure it's for a good cause. Like, because, boy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no. No. Wait a minute.
Yes.
How are you doing? No, because if I'm being faithful, I got to make sure I got a reason to. So you really saying I got reasons not to be faithful. I'm going to
be faithful to you.
Right.
If you going to be faithful to me. But if you're not going to be faithful to me, trust and believe, I could be doing my own thing too. I mean, I get celebrities in my DM left and right. I be turning down opportunities left and right.
Real?
I be getting so many opportunities left and right. You gotta understand what I do. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
But I
you
really,
so fine. Why you acting like that?
Because
are you forgetting that you're fine?
Listen, how I'm acting is I haven't gave this pussy up in years.
But you don't want to.
That's not true.
Oh,
that's not necessarily true.
Wait a minute. Listen.
I'm not saying I want to or I don't want to, but the thing is, I haven't. That's my main focus.
Okay.
That hasn't just been an easy thing to do. It's been times I really had to pray on our relationship, pray on how I feel. I believe in universal laws and karma. So I believe if I go fuck somebody, I'm going to send temptation his way. You feel me? I'm opening the door. It's been times where I knew he did something. Because an ex would come calling my phone. I'm like, I ain't talked to them in years. Why the fuck are they calling my phone? Like, I know this nigga done did something. He done gave his number out, period. I'm spiritual like that. And come to find out, that's what really fucking happened. So I'm careful about how I move. You fuck over me, you gonna deal with your karma. See, if he fuck over me, I'm gonna end it. I'm not gonna cheat on you. I'm not gonna cheat on you. We gonna break up.
You're not gonna end 8 years over that.
Oh, we have. I mean, we've been together 8 years, but we've broke up for a couple months, few months.
Right,
we've moved out from each other. Right, but if you cheat on me,
that's your mate.
Yeah,
that's
you might go out there and live life for a few months and see what else is out there, and then you might come back and join your relationship much more.
That shit is a soul tie, and you like, you know what? That shit I was mad about 6 months ago, it wasn't even worth it. We're gonna move past it.
Maybe. And I get to that point where I'd be like, maybe I would realize that, and maybe I would realize, you know what, I'm better off being dolo. It's been so long since I've ever even talked to anybody else or really, you know what I'm saying, had the opportunity to do anything. Now it's to the point where if we're going through little shit at home, let me find out you doing something you shouldn't be doing, because that's going to be the last straw. The only reason why I'm still sitting over here being faithful is because I feel as if I'm getting that same thing from you. I have not been able to catch shit up, period. Like, so it's just like, okay.
I mean, no woman wants to be alone. No. It ain't in y'all nature to want to be alone.
Well, I've been in a relationship for, like I said, 8 years. We might have had a little break.
That's what y'all naturally.
I wanted that family. I wanted my kids to have that household I didn't have. Right. But in the same sense, I'm thinking now, I'm getting older. Like, and there's certain parts of life that I haven't experienced. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, if this is going to be what I want it to be, I'm all for it.
Okay.
I'm all for it. I'll stay in this. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to enjoy this. This is going to feel great. But if it comes a moment where I'm questioning or wondering if I'm missing out on something, mm-hmm. then that means there's some issues that we need to talk about within our relationship. And if we don't have a safe space to talk about them, we can't go to therapy. We're not communicating properly or coming up with solutions.
I'm just trying to imagine you on a therapist's couch next to your mate, like, tell me what you did. Like, that shit, like, we be like, I ain't did shit. No. I don't know what's wrong with her ass.
The
like,
therapist,
I don't even know why we here.
The therapist really just started off asking us, like, as you being his woman, what does he get from you being his woman? And as you being her man, what does she get from you being her man? And it asks you questions to really make you reflect upon yourself, to be honest. But I feel like sometimes that self-reflection can hit hard when you start thinking about, like, what am I really giving? You know what I'm saying? Other than what's expected. You can't, again, our therapist was a woman, so you can't tell another woman she gets a father of her children and half on the bills. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? I can't say he gets somebody he can fuck every night and somebody that's going to cook a meal. If we're not being able to talk about shit no more, you know what I'm saying? Communicate and laugh together and enjoy all that parts of the relationship, then it's like, y'all just in it. But what are y'all in it for? For the kids? So you supposed to just stick around?
Though, it gets to that point where you feel like
it can. It is. And it is in a sense, but I still love him, like I said. So it's like, I'll stick around to see if the change is going to come. We have a little bit more time before the expiration date comes, for sure.
You want to get married?
I mean, I've been engaged for like 3 years. I'm honestly scared of getting married.
Why?
I was married once at 19, and it just was a bad experience. Yeah. It really was, yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I don't feel like marriage is absolutely necessary. Like,
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. But I do think, I look at marriage as a benefit for family, like to leave something for your kids, leave something for the person raising your kids, your spouse or whatnot. I think if you look at it from a business standpoint, I think, yeah. But I think a lot of people get into marriage for the fairy tale. And then when the fairy tale fades and it becomes a business, because really that's what relationships are after a while. It's like maintaining expenses, savings, planning, you know what I mean? All of these things that you have to do with a person that in the beginning, all y'all really had to worry about was what we going to eat tonight? Where we going to go tonight? Where we going to turn up at? You know what I mean? So when the decisions aren't really detrimental to your future, it's fun. It's like, shit, this shit fun. We going to Magic tonight. Or tomorrow we going here. And then we going on a trip there. Like, you know, when trips are the biggest thing you got to plan, because it's new and it's fresh, it's easy. But then it gets to a point where that shit is not the biggest shit you got to plan. Now you planning Medicare and Medicaid and fucking life insurance and mortgages and where can we relocate
marriage is
to.
Only
it's
beneficial if it's benefits to it. You know what I'm saying?
But
if it ain't
people
no
don't know.
benefits to it,
what I'm saying is people don't. You might meet an attractive woman, but you don't know if that's a good partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be a beautiful face, But then when it's time to sit down and really try to do some shit and manage your life, you don't always know what you get. And then it goes both ways. You might think that a man, because he dressed nice or he got a nice car or whatever, is he might be a leader or he this or that, he ain't established. And then you realize that when y'all under the same roof, he really don't have no leadership skills. It's like, damn, nigga, you don't make no decisions properly. Everything you do decide on is fucks up or doesn't work out, and then the woman will lose faith in him. You know what I mean? And once that happens, you lost her. You're not getting her back once she lose faith in you, because now it's like she don't even view you like the man she thought you was. Because that's what we do in the beginning. We just judging this shit off potential.
I don't agree with that, though, because I feel like I went through so many changes just within our relationship. I feel like he's got to see so many different sides of me. So I really got with him when I was like 21, and then I discovered manifestation at 26. And at 26, life changed for me. It really changed in so many ways. I started meditating. I started scripting. First, it started just journaling, write my feelings down on paper. But for some reason, the end of the paper will always end up a prayer and an amen at the end. So then I got turned on to scripting, like writing as if it already happened. And so I would start writing like my day already happened. Like, this is how it went. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, today felt so good.
I never heard that before. That's different.
Yeah. So, what you put on paper should come to light. So I seen stuff that I put on paper happen faster than the prayers I was praying verbally. And I really feel like that's what has saved our relationship in the beginning course of it. Because like I said, it was very toxic in the beginning. We was young. I was lit. I was in Magic City. He was young, lit, out in the streets. It calmed down a lot. Everything that I've wrote for and prayed for has happened with him. It's unbelievable. Like, I literally got 8 journals at home. And I told him, like, any day you feel like picking up one of my journals, just open it up. Because every day that I wrote, you on that page. You feel me? And everything that I wrote, he not going to never give me credit for who the man he is today. But everything that I prayed for, that's who he is today. But I'm tired of writing for him. I ain't going to hold you up. I'm tired.
That's deep.
I'm tired because it's just like how detailed I wrote for you, and I see it all happening. I understand it's a blessing, and I do have the ability to manifest and pray. But are you doing the same thing for me? And so if you're not, it's just like I could just focus that attention on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, and also not getting recognition for any of it. I literally, you know what I'm saying? I sit there and open up pages. He'll tell me something that happened. I'd be like, oh my God, babe, this is crazy. Like, get my journal. Open up this page, the last page I wrote. Open it up, read it out loud. Read that shit out loud. And read it and see, like, you know what I'm saying? It resonates, but still will never get credit to anything that's going on. So it's just like, okay. But then I do understand to pray behind closed doors without any recognition, you're going to get more blessings out of that than to have to be fulfilled from somebody else saying, oh, thank you, you prayed for me. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to be humble about it, but I'm in my bitter stage where I'm just tired. Like, I'm tired of I know what it takes to be in a relationship. I know how to manifest stuff for my man. I know how to manifest stuff for myself. I literally have been to the point where I had to separate from him because I went celibate. I stopped having sex. I stopped dancing. I need a break. Like, I'm going vegan. It was just like a point where I had to cut everything toxic out in my life. And when I stopped having sex, he was ready to be done. Yeah. He was ready to leave me to the curbs, to the bushes. I will catch you when you motherfucking get out of this shit.
When you shake this shit off, you can come back. Like, yeah.
And I'm just like, it's crazy though, because now that I'm doing OnlyFans, he want me to be this grandma, this laid back person. But when I was in my spiritual peak, you left me.
I feel you.
You left me, and it wasn't good enough for you. But now you spiritual. Now you on church every other. But when I was there, it wasn't good enough for you. You know what I'm saying? So now you gonna have to wait until I'm back at that point again too, because I still waited for you, even though you wasn't where I was at. I stepped back. I did what I had to do for me, and I waited on you.
But let me ask you this question. Can a woman be a multitude of things? Can she be a good woman and a bad bitch? Can she be a spiritual woman and a porn star? Can she be all of these things?
Yes, you can.
Or do we just sum women up like you have to be one way only?
You struggle. Well, you can, but you will struggle with the only part you'll struggle with is the OnlyFans and the spirituality. Because in a sense, you start to feel like I'm worth so much more than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, your soul starts to get a little bit, like, tired of doing it. Like, you just know, like, this isn't what God put me on this earth to do. If I could find a way to give back to my fans in a way where it was beneficial to their lives and it wasn't taken from their lives, I would feel okay with it. But sometimes when it boils down to it and I can't think of a way that I'm giving to them, I do feel like, okay, it's time to turn the page, turn over a new leaf. But it's not that easy.
So you feel like you're taking from them?
I mean, I be going to church one day and then the pastor be talking about staying off them porn sites and da-da-da-da. Then I was like, damn, I am the porn site.
Like, them pastors be on there too, though. Don't get it twisted. I didn't had a lot of conversations with a lot of women. Don't get it, like, the pastors be with that shit too. Like, this the thing about the internet, man. It gives everybody this fucking cloak to hide behind. Yeah. So in public, we're one way, our perspectives and our morals and our views of this, and then when it comes to logging online with a username, I'm a completely different person because people feel like they can hide behind that. Like, no, you can't judge me if you don't know who I am. So I can really be myself. So a lot of the people that are the most judgmental, I feel like hiding the most shit. You know what I mean? It's deflecting. But
I do feel that way too.
I don't think you taking from your fan base.
I mean, I may or may not, but that's why I decided to, like, on my Instagram, start to try to speak about some of the information I know about manifestation. Just try to give back in some type of way because I feel like I can't just be just a sexual figure. Like, there's so much more to me. I'm really, like, a really good person at heart. I believe in karma. What you do comes back to you. You should, everything you think, do, or say about somebody else will return back to you. So I'm not even going to think anything negative about you. If I do, I'm going to catch it and turn it around and bless the situation because I want that blessing to come back to me. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I think that I don't think that's OnlyFans. I think that's anything that we as individuals excel at and then we become known for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see athletes. LeBron James, like, I'm more than an athlete. Don't just call me a basketball player. You'll see rappers complain about being called rapper. Like, oh, you just a rapper. Like, no, I'm more than just a rapper. I'm more than... Everybody wants to be viewed as more than what they do.
Yeah.
We all do. And sometimes we do something so well that that's all people recognize us for.
Right.
So they'll forget everything else, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you can't make mistakes, so you can't have opinions, and you can't say this and do that and go here and do that. Because how can you like porn and like God? How can you like porn and go to church?
Right. It's so hard for people to understand.
It's like, what? Who the fuck you think logging on this shit? You know what I mean? Like, you think niggas don't go to church? Yeah. You think people don't pray to God? Like, God, I'm going out tonight. I'm taking $10K to the club. Lord, please protect me. Like, not to make jokes of, people's faith, but that's really what we all have individual relationships with our higher power.
And that's what I do know. That's why I never lost faith with God through my OnlyFans journey. Like, when I was dancing, it was a point in time where I realized I hadn't prayed in years. And that's what actually made me stop dancing. I started taking Percocets. And it was to the point where I literally needed them to work. Like, I couldn't even. Yeah. And so I just woke up and I was just like, I came to reality and I'm just like, Mom, I need to go to rehab. She's like, for what? Nobody knew what was going on. And I was like, I'm addicted to Percocet. She was like, what? Stop playing. I'm like, I'm not playing with you. Like, I need to go to rehab during the summer when my kids' dads got them. Like, I'm telling you what's going on. Shit, I know I'm making this shit look good, but this is what's really going on. And she was like, okay, like, when did this start? I'm like, whatever, that don't even matter. I just need to go. But in my head, I was getting so depressed. It felt like the only reason I was waking up every day was because I had kids to take care of. I hadn't prayed in years. Like I said, I was dancing. I was drinking at least 4 double shots of Patron every night going into the club. I was just fucked up for a majority of my life. Waking up in the morning with my kids, I was still lit from the night before, you feel me? Like, I wasn't able to really operate the way I needed to for them fully. So it was eating me up. And I remember I had a friend. She was like an angel out of nowhere. She just hit me up like, can I take you out to eat? I'm like, why? To me, I'm thinking like, what the fuck do she want? You know what I'm saying? I'm on the perks. I'm over here in my motherfucking, like, I'm not in a vibration where I'm fucking with people unless it's beneficial. And I'm just thinking like, why the fuck this bitch want to take me out to eat? You know what I'm saying? I ain't used to this type of shit. She like, I would just want to take you to Ruth Chris. I'm like, that's weird. But I'm also thinking like, you know what? I've been feeling so down. I just need to get out. Maybe I should go. I went. We spent the weekend together. She was so fucking happy the whole time. I was happy too, right? Until my perk ran out. and I'm talking about we went to Jeju, then no, we went to Roof Chris, then we went to Jeju. You know, Jeju is 24-hour spa. The perk ran out, and I'm looking like I asked her, I said, why are you so happy? She was like, what do you mean? Wow. I said, how are you so happy? And she was like, you know, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't feel that way. I was like, I don't feel that way. She's like, you got to manifest your life. You got to get a journal. You got to start writing. You got to write your feelings down, write what you want. From that day forward, I bought a journal. That was my first journal. And that was the moment my life changed. I literally wrote on that paper. And I didn't even mean to make it a prayer. I was just writing how I felt, everything that was going on in my relationship, in my life, how I felt down. I wasn't even identifying what it was Percocets. It was just more so me identifying what I'm just not happy. By the second day, I said, I know exactly what it is. It's the Percocets. And I prayed about them. And I put an amen at the end of that prayer. The next day, I went to work. I fucked around and left my purse at Magic City, and it had my Percocets in it. It was Saturday, and the club was closed on Sunday. And we had a whole day playing with the kids. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it was kind of weird. You know what I'm saying?
Happen, yeah.
Right. So I'm like, shit. So I'm like, this shit kind of crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and write, because I'm feeling crazy. I was to the point where I was so addicted to them, my body was like jittering without them. Yeah. Like, that shit is really real. Them Percocets really will fuck you up and have you addicted like it's some goddamn crack or some shit when you trying to get off of them. I had to sit down and write before we went out with the kids that day, and I asked God to take away any symptoms that was in my body that made me feel like, you know, I was jittery or whatever. And it's so crazy. When I wrote it down, a few hours passed and all the symptoms had went away. That wasn't my first time trying to stop taking Percocets. I had tried many times. That's why I got to the point where I finally told my mama, and I wanted to go to rehab because I needed help. But that was the first time I actually prayed in years, and I actually wrote it down on paper. And every symptom I felt in my body, it dissolved, and I had never looked back since. I literally was able to stop cold turkey. So I have 8 journals now, and writing has been like my key in life. And it eventually led me to not dancing no more, because it was just like, if I need to take something to drink, to take a Percocet to be able to do this, I don't want to do this no more. I want to wake up with my kids early, blah, 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 and boom. So I did. Structure. I stopped. Yeah. I stopped. But when I stopped, I still had to pay bills. I ain't know how. I left with nothing. Like, I ended up losing my crib. I lost my car. I lost everything. I hit rock bottom. So I was just praying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, God, please, you know, give me a way to make money where I can spend time with my kids but still make enough money to, you know, get us a home, get us a car, this and the third. And my homegirl had been telling me about Onlyfans. And I'm still writing every night. I used to write I was going to make $60,000. I'm going to make $60,000 in 1 month. I used to write that down. And so, long story short, OnlyFans came about. Yeah. I did OnlyFans. The second month, I made $60,000 on the nose. I did it. And it was so crazy because it was in my books. I had wrote it down so many times. And so,
go back and cross the 60. I put 100. I said 100, God. I didn't say 60. Like, I said 100. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, absolutely. But one thing I do realize is the biggest interference with trying to manifest something is you got to literally move with no fear, no doubt, no worry. You got to kind of be in the unknown and not think too hard about it. Yeah. Like, when I wrote about them Percocets, I wasn't worried about not being able to have them. I was just writing down this was the problem. You feel me? Like, I wasn't worried about having the jitters or not. I knew this was what was going on, and I just was like, whatever, I'm just going to try writing about it. I just went with the flow of things. You got to learn how to flow. After you pray about shit, you can't be so consumed and still worried about it. Yeah. You got to release all that and then just move like it already happened. So that's what I'm realizing now.
Well, that's the saying. Say, what's the saying? You either pray or you worry. You don't do both.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? If you praying, to stop worrying.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I think, like, sometimes, like, listening to your story, I feel like a big part of that, it was you just never decompressed. Yeah. Like, you was just taking shit in, taking it in. You know what I mean? It's like swelling. And you never, you know, you never let that out. And then once you start writing, you start letting that shit out, and then it was like, oh, I feel lighter.
Yes.
My skin look
That's
better.
crazy
I feel
you
happier.
said
I'm getting
that.
up earlier. Like,
Because that's
you know
how I
what I'm saying?
felt. Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
it changes you.
when we went out with the kids and that day we had, I was like, damn, the sky looked bluer. You know what I'm saying? This was my first time not waking up, popping the fire. I'm like, the sky looked bluer. Like, my body feel lighter.
Start appreciating
I started
shit
feeling a
differently.
lot different, yeah.
And that's what we got to do. Like, every time I step out the house, I try to thank God when I see, like, anything. If it's a rainy day, I'm like, thank you. I'm here to see it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's not a guarantee that I it's people that's not here to see this shit.
Yep.
You know, so I'm grateful for all of that. And we got to do that because you welcome more blessings into your life.
Period.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like what we said earlier when I was talking about how men, like me specifically, even if I'm dealing with a woman, what makes me want to do more is the way she shows her appreciation and her great gratitude. When we stop showing the gratitude, we stop the blessings.
Okay, my question is, how do you want your woman to show her appreciation and her gratitude?
I want women to act like whatever I did was the greatest shit in the world. That's what I want.
Verbally or
verbally. Like you ain't even got to do shit. Just say it. Make it sound like it is.
Okay, so y'all love language. You familiar with love languages?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you words of affirmation?
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
yeah.
I need words of affirmation all the time. Like
so you probably give that.
Enough. Yeah.
You probably give that. Do you feel like you give that in return in a relationship?
I don't know. Do I give it? I think I give it when I feel it. In the beginning, like if I'm feeling it, like I'll feed you all of that shit.
In the beginning, when you feel it.
When I feel like you not showing it no more, it's hard for me to show it. Because now I don't feel it.
I was just about to say, in the beginning, when you feel it, that was because she was giving it. She took that away from
Once
you.
I feel like you don't give it like that, you know what I mean? Because it's one thing, right? Like you get in a relationship with a woman, and you could do the bare minimum, but when they not used to certain shit, it's a great thing for them. It's like, oh my God, nobody ever picked my son up like that before. I love you, right? And you like, damn, all I did was lift the little nigga up, put him on my shoulder, right? But it's an amazing feeling because it's like, damn, she likes that I did that. She values me. She appreciates me, and it makes you do more. And then you get to a point down the line when they start saying shit like, your ass don't never wash the dishes. Why I always got to do this? Or why, you know what I mean? Or like, whatever it might be, right? Something will come up, and then you'll be like, damn. You only pinpoint what I don't do. In the beginning, you pinpointed all the shit I did do.
And she fucked up because your love language is words of affirmation. That's one of his too. So he don't take critical judgment well. Like you have to be very careful how you word what he doing wrong.
Shut down on your ass.
Right. You gotta be careful how you word, and that probably came from a lot of, as a child, somebody telling you doing something wrong, or you feeling like you was doing something wrong as a child. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not being appraised enough.
I got yelled at a lot.
Right. Not being appraised enough for the good you was doing.
Exactly.
So with a man like that, you gotta know. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta give him that. That's his love language. For one, so he needs that on a daily, even when things are not going as perfect as you want it. Listen. And you also have to word things differently. But what I had learned from being in a relationship, and I'm gonna just give this advice out to people who actually have the energy, the day, and the time to do this shit, and you really want your relationship to last. I'm capable of doing it too. I ain't at the point where I feel like I absolutely got to, but I did do it. You don't have to always talk about things. You can write about things. So like I said, I used to write about him. I used to script and write as if it already happened. And that shit used to happen like it was magic. So it got to the point where we didn't have to argue no more. Yeah. It was just like my way was turning out. It was happening. Man,
that would be great because you could be having a rough day and I could be having an amazing fucking day. And then I come through this door and you hit me with some shit I don't want to hear today. It changed my whole mood, my spirit. And when things happen so often, you start predicting like it's worst case scenario. And she might be like, oh, your girl might be like, oh, I need to talk to you. And instantly your emotions just drop. You're like, oh shit, here we go again. And it might not even be nothing bad, but in your mind you thinking it is because it's so repetitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I know where this shit gonna go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when women hit you with so let me ask your opinion. And you're like, don't ask me my opinion. Because if I give you my opinion and you don't like it, it's going to turn into something I don't want it to turn into. And then they were like, well, you don't never think about stuff when I ask you. Like, you just agree with everything. It's like, 'cause I think that's what you want. It's the path of least resistance. So it's very difficult for us sometimes because it's like,
you still got work to do on yourself. You still got work to do on yourself too, though. If you think in that way, I got work to do right now. I know because it was a point in time where, like I said, when I was at this point when I was able to manifest anything like this and like that, I was not judging a bird, a bee, a fly. And it was like love for everything that came my way, love for every person. It wouldn't matter if you stole what was in my locker at the like it was just all love. Like I understand like you're hurt, you're missing something, you're losing something. Like you're giving me this energy because you're not fulfilled within. And I felt almost sorry for that person. I had to bless them and pray for them to receive what they needed so that they could be fulfilled in life. You know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't come at me like that. Because it's never nothing personal. When somebody treats you wrong or make you feel bad, they really feeling that way within. Like,
well, let me ask you this, because like I do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like me, I try not to harbor any ill will towards people. I try not to argue with people. I try to be supportive of whatever anybody's doing. I try to speak positive all the time, but I don't do it for them. I do it for me. You know what I mean? And it's not like I could say, man, you so beautiful. You know, like. You deserve the world. I just hope you get everything you want, right?
You just
and I
said
can want that for you, but
you don't do it for them. You do it for you.
I'm doing it for me. It makes me feel better to give that energy to people, because I feel like in the grand scheme of things, I'm controlling the energy around me. It's hard for you to come around me and be negative if all I'm doing is speaking positivity into you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you come through the door, like when you got here tonight, if you'd have came through the door, if my demeanor would have been different or my attitude would have been different, it would have made, you'd have been like, I ain't really feeling this. The energy would have been off. I control the energy around me by pushing out positive energy at all times. So you can't come at me and be around me and be negative, because it's like, I ain't going to let you. I'm not going to let you. So, but that's for me. It's protecting my own energy doing that.
I wish I could have broke it down in certain segments, but for one, control is never good. So you got to kind of be in the unknown and learn how to flow like water. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to necessarily control situations. You just got to be able to move around them once they do come at you. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is, I get doing it for you. That's what it boils down to, is self-love in the end. But initially, that thought can't be that way. You kind of got to think of it as you blessing a person, because what you got to understand is your thoughts are prayers, literally in action. Like everything that you see in this room right now was an idea first. Yep. So this little fake plan, somebody thought it was a good idea. This light, this microphone, like every single thing, the cup, it was a thought first. So our thoughts literally come true. Absolutely. So picture it like magic. Whatever you think about that person, oh, I already know how this conversation gonna go. Just guess what? That's exactly how that conversation about to go, because you thought it. You feel me? That, right. Right. So you got to become so conscious of your thoughts that before those thoughts start to kick in, you're able to redirect them before it actually happened. Yeah. So, I was reading a book by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and oh my God, he's so amazing. He really broke down. He's the
first person to say they read a book on this show.
Oh, I love learning shit. I love learning. But you learn. He taught me that. Every word you say has a chemical reaction in your brain. Yeah. Every word. So me saying love, guess what? Chemicals from my brain just released and went into every organ in my body from the word love.
It triggers feelings.
And it's a good chemical. Yeah. Love is a good chemical. But if I just say the word right now, I'm going to say it. Hate. Guess what just happened? A chemical reaction happened in my brain, and it hurt my organs. So I'll turn around. If I just say a negative word like, hey, I'm going to just be like, love. I love everybody. Yeah. If I have a negative thought like, you know what, he about to come in the house and be on some bullshit, I got to be like, you know what, he about to come in the house and he about to be on some good stuff. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to turn it around quick, fast. Hurry.
Yep. No, I believe in manifestation for that very reason. But again, still, even that, manifesting is, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but manifesting is for yourself. You're manifesting a life for yourself. Visions.
I used to think of it like whatever. Yourself. It got to the point where I stopped praying for myself for a while, because I was in service to so many people. I was helping so many people. I was writing on papers like, if maybe you ever need a helping hand, call me. I'm talking about passing it to old people in my neighborhood. Like, I was so into it, so deep. I wish your fine ass would pass me your number, talking about you need help, call me. Call your ass tonight, like, I'm going through it. That's exactly why I gave it to old women and not old men.
Yeah, they'd been on your line, like, please, sweetheart. Like, what?
Oh, my God.
We ain't that mature yet. Stop it.
I was so into it. It was like, I felt like it got to a point where I didn't even pray for myself anymore. I'm like, whatever I pray for somebody else is going to come back to me. Like, whatever I'm saying for them or speaking on to them or thinking on them is going to happen for me. And it was just going like that. It was just going like that for a while.
That's crazy.
But the moment I had sex, I felt like I took 10 steps back. I don't know. Like, withdrawing from sex brought a lot of good things in my life. I ain't even gonna hold you up. Sometimes I question it. Like, I don't know.
I
You
hear
don't
that.
really know.
I hear that. I don't really require a lot of sex in my life, to be honest.
For
Like,
men, you know, it say that's why y'all don't live longer. I'm reading
have
another. I
enough
have
sex?
another book. It's called like Sex Energy, and it's like men ejaculate so much. It's energy. So the men, first of all, give their energy out to so many different things. Like you said, labor. They supposed to work. They supposed to do this.
Yep.
But they also are very sexual and way more sexual than women. So when a man orgasms, he's releasing so much of his energy. That's why a man can fall asleep after he nut.
Go right.
Yeah. Women are not guaranteed to nut every time they have sex. They may nut maybe 1 out of 5 times every time they have sex.
That's why
you know
y'all
what I'm
mad
saying?
all the time. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. Look, you dropping gems. Good. Keep dropping them. I'm just telling you. I can see the correlation there. I get it.
So because y'all release all that energy, it's pulling energy from other parts of your body. And so, you know, they say if you withdraw from sex and don't have it so much always ejaculating, when you do, it should be very meaningful and purposeful, not
So
just
we shouldn't masturbate?
right. No, you shouldn't masturbate. You really should be making love to somebody you really care for.
You can't say that.
I'm just telling you what the book said. I'm just telling you what the book said.
Listen, like, this the thing, right? A man's life is hard, especially as a black man. Your life is hard. Every day you leave the house, you going through shit, right?
Yeah.
You don't know if the man next to you want to harm you, if the white man want to harm you, the black man want to harm you. You don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You just don't feel like things are all in your favor, right? One thing that black men get praised for is sex. And when you really think about, like, black men as a whole, like, what do we get praised for? Sports and sex. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's time to change the dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, possibly so, but that's something that we're looked at with a sense of value. Like, oh, well, you know, you gonna be with a black man, his dick gonna be bigger, he gonna fuck you longer, he gonna do this, he gonna do that, right? So
well, let me just tell you right now, none of that shit matter. None of that shit matter. Because girls got roses and toys and this, that, and the third. Sex is better.
You just said don't masturbate, though.
Sex is better when you are emotionally and physically and tied and connected with that individual being.
You think it's better because of that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Nah, you never fucked nobody you wasn't supposed to fuck?
The first time is always good with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
And you
just
like,
that,
oh, I'm not even supposed to be here right now. This shit
ain't
is,
even gotta be
like,
you not supposed. It's just the
yeah.
first time of just the curiosity of not knowing what's to come. Like, you actually are in the unknown. You're not predicting how it would be. You don't know. So you're just like receiving.
Yeah, when it's spontaneous,
You're
and it happens,
receiving
and you
every
didn't plan
moment
it.
of it.
Yeah,
But that's also a mind condition. You can learn to you can start to switch yourself around and put yourself in that mind frame, being with somebody you've been with all the time. I actually asked him to let me meditate while we was having sex. It was the best thing ever.
How do you meditate while having sex?
He was so annoyed that I was trying to do it. I had to turn on my headphones while he was fucking me and turn on a guided meditation. I was laying on my side. I was just like, please just let me do it, because my body was my body was able to fully relax and just not think about every thought that would come into mind when me and him had sex. So I was able to, like, just take my mind off of all of that and focus just on my breath. And it just started feeling so good. It was just like...
So it was better?
It was better, yeah.
What the fuck? What are you thinking about doing sex? Like, what do you mean, like, thoughts that you having? Like, you like this
Oh,
girl
my
gotta get
God.
paid. Oh, my...
Don't let he was mean. If he was mean to me, like, 2 days ago, I'd be like...
You don't even deserve this pussy.
It don't even be that. It be like, this nigga get on my fucking nerves. Like, how the fuck you just motherfucking do all that extra ass shit and then be coming over here trying to fuck me? Like, boy, bye. But I still be letting him fuck me. It just be shit in my head. It be like, but if he be right, like, if he act right for like 2 weeks in a row, I really be like all in love again. Like, but then it'd be like, oh, don't let him piss me off. It'd be like, I ain't never let him back in again. Like, fuck him. Like, listen, my mind be going through different shit according to how he be acting.
No, like, y'all are crazy, dog. No, like, so what is... all right.
We are emotional lovers. I cannot sit over here and have no orgasm and my pussy just get soaking wet for you and you just sat here and hurt my feelings. Like, boy, bye. My pussy is mental, and if you ain't fucking my...
sex.
Makeup sex?
That's makeup sex. If you mad and y'all fucking, right?
Well, I gotta be drunk for that. That's the only way I ain't gonna be thinking on everything that you just said and did. But you talking about me being sober and just a makeup sex? Like, yeah, back in the day, I used to put him out and they'd be like, come back over, I miss you. Just come back over,
you really
please.
Gonna leave?
Right. I put all his shit out in the apartment and then call him right back.
The fuck you mean am I really gonna leave?
But that's why I said we used to be toxic. I used to do crazy ass shit like that. I'm talking about crazy ass shit,
What's
but
the craziest thing you
then call
done?
him back and then fuck the shit out of him so he could come back home and forget all the crazy shit I did because I didn't put this nigga out,
Why
called the
y'all like
police.
that? I don't
like
no. Why y'all like that? I don't understand it. I don't get it. And y'all know y'all in 2 hours you're not even gonna be
like
mad no more. Like, why are you
23,
doing all this right now?
Because I was so mad then, and like I said, we was drinking. I was back in that time in life. I was taking Percocets. I was stripping. I didn't have enough sleep in my life.
Yeah,
Like
that's
life
what it
was
was.
different.
Your ass was sleepy. That's exactly.
But
why
niggas
you
be talking
like
about
that.
fucking with young girls. Like, I get it. It's fun. It's lit. Because I was definitely like, it wasn't shit he couldn't do. He fucked a bitch. Oh, I'm about to fuck you better. You did anything, I'm about to do it better. Oh, I just put you out. I'm about to fuck the shit out of you. Everything was the resort was fucking the shit out of you.
The young girls want to prove themselves.
Right, but now, shit, boy, you know what I'm capable of, and you best believe you better earn this shit. Like, I'm about to keep on giving this shit out just because, like, you already know what you got. Don't play with me.
You think you get better with time, or do y'all lose it over time?
No, I never feel like I've ever lost it. I feel like what you get is all dependent on what you give in. I feel like, honestly, like,
your knees still the same, your back don't be hurting after sex like that no more. Like, what you mean? Like, you just
everything is all the same.
For real?
Yeah, I ain't that old, boy.
Tip top shape.
I ain't that old now.
Tip top shape. This motherfucker be like, I can't do that like that no more. Like, you be like, damn, you just 30. What you mean you can't do that no more? Like, women be going through it. Like, y'all be listen. Especially the ones that used to dance, they won't be wanting to do nothing.
I mean, I ain't never been able to do no splits, so I can't do no splits and all that. But I got other tricks up my sleeve. I'm freaky, so we gonna be at the sex store. I'm gonna dress up. I want to dance for you. I want to give you a show, that type of shit. But see, like, I don't want to do that type of shit unless you deserve it. Like, this shit is a motherfucking. It's like a kid.
But,
like, if you get bad grades in school, you think I'm just about to be motherfucking giving you shit that you.
But
don't deserve. Like,
a nigga not gonna deserve it every day. We're not gonna deserve it every day.
You're not gonna get it every day, then.
I mean, I don't think
and
nigga really want it every day.
And fuck you. And if you go get it from somebody else, nigga, really fuck you. Because I will go put, everything I'm capable of doing, my freaky ass, and why the fuck you settle down with me, boy, I will give the next nigga all of this freaky assness. The fuck? So you better be careful and move wisely. You better sit that ass on that couch and you better get that hand and that lotion until you figure out how to get your shit together and how you gonna get right. And I ain't got no problem with getting right too. But you gotta tell me. You gotta open up that mouth and tell me what the fuck you want. Because if you don't, I'm not about to play the motherfucking guessing game.
If I'm with a woman and she make me masturbate because she won't give me none, I'm only gonna masturbate.
I ain't never turned him down, but I have never turned him down. But if he's really mad, my nigga get mad, like mad. Like, back in the day, he used to move out every time he was mad. Like, literally take all his shit and leave.
Nah, that's too much labor.
So now
I'm too lazy for that.
Now he don't do that no more. Now he just go sleep on the couch. Like, he be thinking he put me on some punishment sleeping on the couch and shit. I'd be like, you know what? I'm not. I used to come suck his dick on the couch. Like, babe, please come back to the bed, please. I'm not about to keep on doing that shit. Like,
why not? Maybe that's why he do that shit.
And that's exactly why I'm not about to keep on doing it. Why the fuck do you keep on taking your ass to that fucking couch?
That's how we think as men. Like, when y'all say that kind of shit, like what you just said,
that's
y'all
crazy.
do shit and we get tired of having to do the thing that you want us to do because you're doing that. Like, I know what she want me to do. I'm not doing it because that's the only reason she's doing this. I'm tired of giving into it. I know why you doing it. I know why you sat my shit outside. I know why you fucking flattened my tires. I know why you know what I mean? You just want me to feed into it.
Well, y'all need to just feed into it.
So do you.
I don't mind doing it. I don't mind doing it if you're doing it too. But
you just said you don't want to suck his dick on the couch.
Because I've always given more than what I've received with this relationship. I always went out the way. I'm talking about. So
you don't just be like eating your ass when you making eggs and shit like that? You don't do just random shit?
I've always been like super duper freaky. Like,
where's
more.
The kink?
I'm more of. I'm more of the freaky person. Like, I'm more of the experimental, want to try shit, want to do shit. Like, that's me. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I brought that part out of him. So if I don't take the initiative to do that type of shit, like, it just kind of be kind of casual a little bit, which is okay because when I want something, I know how to get it. You feel me? But what I'm not about to be doing, if you think my mood is about to be irritated from you and I'm about to be doing all of that, you got the wrong one. I feel like that's why he was attracted to me. Honestly, I was super freaky deaky. I'm talking about, like, crazy. Like, I know he had never had a sexual partner like me. I know for a fact. I'm not telling all that.
What you was doing? Oh my God!
All that.
But I mean, if you nasty, you nasty. It's okay. It's just a question.
I'm telling all that.
You got fantasies?
I mean, everybody got fantasies. My fantasies have never come true because I'll never be single and just do the shit that my fantasies are. Like,
well, tell me one. Just tell me one. What would you do if you were single, right, and you were free to do whatever you want, just in your mind, like, damn, now's my chance. What would that thing be?
Well, even if I was single, I still wouldn't do it because I would be scared.
Why?
For one, if anybody ever found out, and for two,
why y'all be so worried about that kind of shit, man?
Because I got kids. Shit. I got kids. I think I would love to do like a swinger situation where you swapped out. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be lit.
Where you swapped out, like, and my man actually watched me and I watched him, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think my man would. I know my man would never do it. So it's not like a big deal where like, oh, I really want to try it. I'm going to go do. Like, boy, okay, that's a thought. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something you might masturbate to or think about every once in a while, but I ain't pressed, trust me. Like, you know.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the word of the day is manifestation.
Period.
There we go. Okay. But, I mean, listen, I don't think nothing wrong with that. If that's what you into, everybody got their shit they like. You know what I mean? I think we should, try different things and then you find, because a lot of times, like, I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, homegirl of mine, and I'm not gonna say no names or nothing, but she was telling me the guy she dealing with came to her and was like, yo, I've been thinking about this and I kind of want to do it. How would you feel? And he asked her to have sex with him and another guy, like, not him and the guy, but
that's another fantasy too. Like, that shit seemed lit. Like two
dicks, right?
Two dicks at once. Somebody touching your nipples, fingering your pussy, like all type of pleasures on your womanly body. Like, oh my God, boy, I'll be wet like an ocean. Like, what?
So she said she did it. But she one upped it and brought her homegirl with her, so it was four of them. And I was like, dang, y'all had a hell of a time, right? But but she, I was telling her, I was like, the great thing about that is, like, a lot of niggas wouldn't be comfortable enough to tell you that they was thinking about that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So you just got that kind of guy. And then there's men that you might have that fantasy. So her
nigga let her do that?
Yeah. He wanted to do it.
My question, do you think a man really love you if he lets you do that?
Yeah, I think you do.
You think so?
I think you do.
I
don't think men, like, I think men equate possession with sex. I don't think we equate love with sex. For us, love is not sex.
Oh, hell no. My nigga equate love with sex.
We fucked so many women in our lifetime. Like, that's not love. We'll do it for the sake of getting a nut. Like you just said, we burn them shits up.
I don't think that way.
Right. Well, I mean, he might have, changed or matured or whatever. But
I gotta get him on this motherfucking show by himself.
I'm pretty certain.
I want to know how he think.
I'm pretty certain. I don't know him. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but I'm certain before you, he was fucking bitches, and he was having his way. Probably, right?
Of course, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe, you know what I'm saying. Like, I ain't gonna say I believe my nigga just hasn't fucked nobody, but what I'm saying is he got to know that I was a motherfucking detective, and it wouldn't be on an occasion where I could catch him. I'll put it like that. It would have to be at the conveniency and just a very random situation where it happened to be.
And the bra gotta know her place.
It's been we've cheated on each other. We've told each other. He cheated on me while he was at work, delivering an appliance. It was a white lady.
He fucked the lady he was delivering to?
Yes, them old ladies be trying to throw that pussy.
Oh my God, I need to talk to this nigga. That's lit.
That's not lit?
Yeah,
fuck
that's
that.
Lit as fuck.
Fuck that. Because if that's the case, I need to go back and strip and let them niggas throw that dick.
On the washing machine. Come here, like, stop playing. But, no. I mean, it's lit because it's like, it's some shit you see on the porn. That's not regular stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's random and it's different, but...
Yeah, so how can you not like random and different?
I don't know, because if a random dick just comes trying to fuck me, I'll be like, first thing I've been thinking about is STDs. Like, boy.
Yeah, I feel you. But
like, hold the fuck on. I don't know you from a mile away.
If it was in the spirit of one of your fantasies, you probably do it, but just do it safely.
I still be scared of doing it safely. I got a pussy. So, like, I don't know. Like, it should have come the condom. My pussy can grip the condom off. There's things that can go on, and I just don't know you.
Shouldn't be that tight. That's your problem.
Well, I got family who got. I ain't gonna say that. I know people.
I get to look around like, what the fuck was you about to say? You got family to do what? You know people. Say
well,
that.
I have to bring this topic up later. Hold on, wait a second.
Stop it.
It's just a lot that goes on in this world, and you just never know what's
So
going on.
So that would be one of your fantasies, to be with two men? Yeah.
I never do it, though.
Because you worried about what people think?
I would be, like, if I ever did that, I would have to pay. I would probably have to, like, hire. Like, I would have to find two people that I've hand chose out. I would to be completely single for a few years. I'd probably be older. I'd probably be like 40.
Like Oprah Winfrey
I'll be like
type
40.
shit right here.
I'll be like 40 and single.
Yeah.
I'll pick out my two guys.
Two little boy toys, yeah.
Yeah, and I probably would pay them, and I'd be like, you can't tell nobody to sign this contract.
Sign an NDA.
Yeah.
You fuck with NDAs? You ever signed one before?
No, I've never had
Never had to?
I've never had to. No man would ever make me because I'm not that type of woman.
Have you ever fucked with a celebrity before?
Of course.
And they didn't ask you to sign an NDA?
Never.
Shit, man. Where the book at? You ain't write books?
I don't want to expose people.
Don't do that. I'm just playing. Don't do that shit.
If I write a book, it's probably more so going to be on, like, just my life as a dancer, but I wouldn't name all specific names. Just situations that happened to me. I've had a man offer to pay $200K for me to carry his kids. It would be his sperm, my eggs. I would carry the babies. He wanted twins, preferably.
And you said no?
We wrote the contracts up. I actually still got the email in my email. We wrote the contracts up. I told my mom, my family, like, this is what's going on. So, like, my mom a business person. I'm like, I'm doing this regardless. So either you can help me or you can not. Like, I need help with the legal part of it to make sure he's going to pay me what I'm supposed to get paid after this. And then I thought about it right before, and I'm just like, this is still my seed. It'd be different if I'm carrying somebody else's baby. But it was just like...
That's why women will never exceed
I was
men,
18.
because y'all care too much about shit.
I was 18, though. I was 18. I was also heartbroken.
Yeah.
I was also lost. Like, it was a lot in my life right then and there where I was going through $200,000 sound like a lot of money to me. It was like... And I don't have to...
Somebody offered me $200K to bust a nut in them, I'm doing it.
And a girl I worked with already did it for him. He already had 2 twins by her, and I went to his house. He had a mansion. The 2 girls was there.
So was it an artificial insemination?
Yeah.
Or y'all had to fuck?
No, it was artificial. So he could make sure it was twins. He was going to try to make sure it was multiples.
What?
But then I thought about it.
Wish,
don't
man.
Don't it
Y'all
sound? No, listen. Listen. It kind of
still.
sound kind of molesterish, like weird, because he had 2 girls. Like, why wouldn't you want the mother to be in their life? Why do you want 2 girls by women that work in a strip club? Like, you want 2 daughters. Like, it just started seeming a little weird.
Well, when you put it like that, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't feel right with leaving my seed with that man. So it was like, if this was somebody else's kids and I was just carrying them, maybe I would have considered it. But the fact that it had to be my egg, I couldn't do it.
See, I didn't know I thought he had a wife or something and she couldn't have a baby. That's what I was thinking. When I hear that kind of shit, I think like a surrogate. Like, you carry it from me and my wife.
He had full custody of them kids. The girl worked at a strip club. Damn. It was an Asian woman. He had 2 white and Asian twins. He was a white man with a whole bunch of money.
Probably was experimenting on them kids. I'm sorry. That went left. My bad. My bad. But yeah, that's a little different. So I don't know. So when you said, I want to ask you. So for the people listening, to my prior question, a woman, if she's with 2 men, is that a threesome or is that a triangle?
That's a threesome and a triangle. Men ain't gonna consider it no threesome, but what's the difference from a man having 2 girls? Like, men is crazy. How the fuck you could have 2 women, but a woman can't have 2
Yeah,
men?
but I mean, I agree with you. I feel like men say like two women is a threesome, but then they say 2 men is a train. And I'll be like, bro, it's the same fucking thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the same dynamic.
It's the same thing, but niggas is so insecure, they can't accept that.
Yeah. And I think we call it that to degrade you, to make you feel like
it's not it's not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay. And then y'all won't do certain shit. You know how many women not like gave up on ideas or, things that they wanted to do because they were scared of what a man would think?
Oh, I know, because all the time I do it. I mean, I don't want to or mean to, and I'm actually now telling myself, you are no longer looking or seeking for his approval. You are doing what you want to do when you want to do it, and he has to be okay with it because you've never tried to change him, or you haven't been at, like, certain things, like he quit therapy. I'm still with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, You did this. I choose to love him unconditionally. I always tell him this. Real
therapy shit
true
getting
love,
you.
it's unconditional. So I choose to love him like I love my child. You make mistakes, my nigga, but I still love you and I don't treat you different because of it. So at the end of the day, you gonna have to pray to your higher power when you got a problem about me, but don't bring that shit to me about what I'm doing. I don't want to hear about how I'm dressed. I don't want to hear about what I'm doing. You better go pray and pray for my upbringing just like I did yours. But don't bring that shit to me trying to make me feel uncomfortable, make me second guess myself before I walk out this house. Period.
He seen you today before you walked out?
You know it.
What'd he say?
Oh, it was a whole issue.
What the fuck you going like? Hey, relax. I'm going
What
to
time
work.
you gonna be back?
I'm going to work, nigga.
So what time you gonna be back?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm already running late.
Yeah.
I was running late to my photo shoot, so I'm thinking like I'm gonna make it to him late. Like I don't even know.
Listen.
He like, oh, see, hell no. See, this shit right here ain't gonna work. This shit ain't gonna work. I'm like,
I
boy.
can't leave the house.
I'm like, look, he like, you gonna have to find a babysitter. Boy, you is the babysitter. This your baby too. Like what? You gonna have to put her in daycare. I'm not about to be sitting. I said, boy, I already knew it all. But at the end, he ended up saying something about my clothes. It was about what I was wearing.
It wasn't a baby.
He said I was walking out of the house dressed like a hoe. I'm like, first of all,
I mean,
I do OnlyFans. So if I'm about to go do something for work, best believe I'm trying to bring in new subscribers. You think I'm about to walk out the house dressed like a granny? Like, what the fuck did you think?
do he complain about the money that you make?
No, not when money's coming in, he don't complain about that. It's just when I have to go do stuff for work and I have to dress like this, you know. Because on a normal day, I am just a normal mom. Like, I'm not about to go to my kid's school like this. I'm definitely not about to go to the park like this.
Would you be wearing sweatpants and hoodies and shit?
Nah, I mean, yeah, if it's cold outside. But if it's like sun is out, I'm still fine. I'll wear my shorts, but they'll be a little longer.
Okay.
I'm not gonna wear nothing that's see-through where you can see my panties. This in the sunlight, you can kind of see my ass cheeks a little bit.
Okay. You should have booked this for a little bit earlier, guys. But you know, okay, cool. I got you.
I would wear a bra. I am breastfeeding, so you know I normally wear a bra anyway.
You
just to be
breastfeed?
safe. Yeah, I've been breastfeeding. I'm going over a year breastfeeding.
So you be having a pump and shit before you leave?
She's one now, so all up until one I had to pump. Now that she's one, she's only breastfeeding 3 times a day. Okay. So I did morning, I did afternoon, and nighttime. I might have to pump when I get home. We'll see.
So did your boobs get bigger, like excessively?
No, they don't do it no more. That really mostly happens when you're breastfeeding every 2 to 3 hours, like when they little babies, because they fill up so soon. But
yeah. My daughter's mom was pregnant. Her titties were so big. I love that shit.
My shit had got so big too. I mean, on my OnlyFans, you could see they was literally like watermelons. Like they was just so huge.
Shit. I'm creepy. I love it.
Shut
the fuck. I love it though. Like I was like, God damn, your titties big. Like that shit is like. I'm attracted to pregnant women though. I find pregnant women very attractive. It's very exciting to me when women are pregnant and like they glow. And like, you know what I mean?
Their body's just enhanced.
It's just like, God damn, I like it.
That's beautiful.
And then it's like, it's a nurturing thing about it too. It's like, damn, you could create that. Like, this is what you can do with your body. Like,
that's dope that you feel that way.
Yeah, I love a pregnant woman.
I felt like a big bitch when I was pregnant. I had got so thick, I gained like 90 pounds. And
you gained 90 pounds? Yeah. Like 9 with a 0 behind it?
Yeah, it probably was over 90. I just stopped counting after that.
When you were pregnant?
Yes, like, I was big as fuck.
What the fuck did you do with it?
I don't know. Like, it just started going away probably within the last 4 months.
90 pounds. How did it feel?
Heavy. It felt big. I felt really big. I felt uncomfortable. I honestly, if it wasn't from my fans reassuring me, like, in the feedback I was getting from them, I would have questioned myself.
See, it's not all bad. Try to make it seem like, oh, I'm just taking from them. It's not all bad.
No, it's not all bad. I do enjoy the relationship I have with him. Like, there's certain ones that have been with me for a while, and I feel comfortable talking about stuff with. Like, I don't even know what their face look like, but when I'm going through something, I've seen their name so much, and we talk so much. If they ask me how my day went, this happened today, and we just talk, and they'll give me advice, and they'll say whatever, and you know, and because I'm in a relationship, you really seclude yourself a little bit. When you become so involved with kids, we have a big family. We're a family of 6, so there's 4 kids in the house. I have 3 biologically. He has his son, but he lives with us too. That's my stepson. So we have all 4 of our kids. And it's just like, there's really not much time for you. You feel me? Like, to go out.
I get it.
every once in a blue moon you may get to go out and do something. So I really just don't be having time for friends and all that. So my fans have become my friends and my, people I talk to when I'm going through things. But I don't like the fact that I am taking their money for porn, though. I would love to be
But they want to give it to you. That's not the thing. We're not taking it. Taking it is scamming us. Like if I send your ass $100 for something and you don't say nothing back, then you took it. That's a scam.
Yeah.
But like you said, when you sat down, it's like you being a Libra, you don't like to receive unless you give something.
Yeah.
So you're still giving them what they're asking for,
Most
within
definitely.
reason. So no, it's not taking. It's a service. You know what I mean? And it's fair. I feel like it's fair. I think that you might overthink it. Maybe you feel, like I don't know. Maybe you just care too much. Because I wouldn't give a fuck, to be honest, but.
I probably do.
Yeah.
I probably do. I don't know. I overthink a lot, but it's also just like, when my numbers started to go down a little bit, it did start to make me question, like, God, now is this my time where you're telling me this is the expiration date on this? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because when I stopped dancing, my numbers went down there too. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I knew I wasn't in it no more all the way. So I kind of felt like it was time for me to leave and start something else. I don't know if I'm fully there yet with OnlyFans. I'm still kind of questioning it. I feel like
it's the internet. It's a site. This shit fluctuates.
Doing this stuff right here and a photo shoot and the YouTube videos and all that, I enjoy that part of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy making the videos for OnlyFans when I'm not at home and I'm not pressed to do it and I don't have to do it.
What when you're not at home? Where you be?
Get a hotel room.
Okay.
Get to play with my toys. There ain't no kids in the next room.
Okay.
Like when I'm,
freedom,
that freedom. But when it starts to feel like a job and something you have to do, which I still get to experience times where I like doing it and times where it's just like, okay, I gotta hurry up because they want to see something. They want to see this, want to see that.
Got to keep them engaged and yada, yada. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, but I just feel like freedom, honestly, is what makes work fun. Being able to do something when you want to do it without feeling like it will determine whether or not you can pay your bills or not. So that's why it's like it boils down to like, okay, what else can I do? Because as long as I got, different income streams coming in, then it's not just this one factor. So when I can't do it the way I like to do it, I can go do the other thing.
Right. Yeah, diversify yourself. Absolutely. What besides OnlyFans do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm very talented.
You can tap dance?
No, but
I'm just fucking with you.
I can do a lot of things.
Okay. You have other passions?
That's my thing. I don't really know what I'm passionate about. When I was younger, I loved music. I got this tattoo on me. I used to like writing.
Yeah, I got it too, see?
Shut up. That's crazy.
Look at you. Stop trying. She trying to be my soulmate. Cut it out. Listen, you're in a relationship. Relax. But nah, that but I actually if money wasn't an object, what would you do? If you didn't need money, if you could do anything without having to get paid for it, what would you do?
I would probably really be a housewife and have a bunch of kids and take care of. Like when I was little, I used to say I wanted 12 kids. My daddy was Muslim growing up, so he's Muslim still. But I grew up having to wear a hijab and, having to pray 6 times a day.
For real?
Yep. Assalamu alaikum.
I need to see the pictures of this. I
don't
believe
know.
it. What the hell?
I got some pictures. Want me to send it to you so you can throw it in there?
Them. Yeah, I want to see them.
I look so ugly. But I'll send it to you. So, in Islam, if you have 12 kids, you go to paradise automatically. So I used to always I'm just going to have 12 kids, so no matter what I do in life,
I'm going to
paradise.
Damn. Yeah, because 12 kids going to fucking send you through hell. Like, that's why.
I'm trying to tell you, right?
Listen, yup. Nah, but I ask you that because, we all do shit for money.
Yeah.
Because it's required. Like, that's the way society is set up in America. You got to work for money, and a lot of times we don't do what we want to do. We do what we got to do, right? Mm-hmm. And if, when you take out money being the driving force behind things, you'd see a lot of people shift that vision board around as to what they pursue or what they do. Excuse me. Some people might want to be housewives. Some people might want to foster kids. Some people might want to be artists and paint all day or whatever, travel the world. I just want to be a world traveler. Certain things that people want to do based on not being tied to the money.
In a perfect world, if I if everything was how I wanted it to be right now, I probably would model. I really wish I would have. I know I'm very photogenic. It's easy for me to take good pictures, and you know what I'm saying.
You cute or whatever. There you go. Yeah.
All of this and that, like I really felt like I could have been like Vogue or a top model. I was really slim and just had that type of, you know what I'm saying, shape to do.
Yeah, what you like, 5'7"?
I'm 5'9".
5'9". Excuse
yes,
me, my bad.
5'9". I
my
definitely
bad.
have the height for it. But you know, I don't know. It just got so far away from me now. With OnlyFans, it kind of puts a limit on you once you start doing something like this on how far you can go. A lot of people are hesitant about, you know what I'm saying, dealing with you.
But you know, I think we in a space in society right now where the power of the internet is up to you what you want to do. Like,
most definitely.
You can, like, 15, 20 years ago should have been limited because you had to go through.
Depend on somebody else.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But now it's like I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Like, I couldn't have done a show 10 years ago. I had to find somebody to allow me to do certain things. We don't have to do that no more. You can do what you want to do.
Acting
you know
would be fun too. I enjoy that too.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Yeah, because the YouTube skits that I do with Lonnie, his are acting. That's the only person who ever had me remember a script. Everybody else, I kind of just pull up and we just talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? But Lonnie actually sent me a script the night before, and I gotta like kind of go over it a little bit. And I have fun doing that and watching it, just seeing myself getting a character, or like how well I did it. Like it does. It's fun. Yeah.
I think that was going to be my suggestion.
Yeah.
Because you have a beautiful face, right?
Thank you.
You look good on camera, and you can speak well, and you got personality. So it's like, all right, cool. Can you act in a character? Can you be a character?
Most definitely.
And if you could do that, then who the fuck can stop you? And like when you say that, like doing skits, right? We didn't have skits 20 years ago.
No.
So people had acting reels. They do an audition tape, send it somewhere, and that shit go in a box, and nobody will see it, right?
Yeah.
Now people get movie roles on major networks and television shows and fucking full-length films based off of skits that they do on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We the boy Woody from Power that played Kane, he did skits on Instagram.
Tell them to put me on Power.
You tell them, like,
put me on Power.
Yeah, for real. But it's you know, it's just like it's limitless at this point.
Most definitely.
Because the internet is open for everyone. No one can restrict you from your reach.
Yeah.
They can try to limit it, but they can't stop what's out there. Once it's out there, people can find it. You just got to promote it and push yourself into it. Like, anything that you apply yourself to, you'll do fine at, I feel like.
That's why I feel like it's so important that I start venturing off on, you know, doing more things than just the twerking home videos, but photo shoots, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to get into a little bit more of the acting, the reels.
That's what you need to do.
Know,
and then
into it.
You have the platform. You have
Most
a big
definitely.
platform, so it's like, why not?
My
Why
YouTube.
Not? You can literally try whatever you want to try right now.
I'm about to take off on my YouTube. I got like 2K following on YouTube, but never posted nothing but one video. But from me doing videos with other YouTubers, they follow me, even though I just got my Ancestry DNA test video in there. So I think that's why I was thinking like podcast, or do I want to do a little acting? Like, what do I want to do? But you know, you never know. I might have you on my little podcast interview, dive deep into you.
What's your Ancestry say?
Man, first of all, let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all about Ancestry DNA test. First of all, they gonna send you a monthly update every month of if anything updated that's in you, because they obviously researching back to back. So I started to think my daddy wasn't my daddy, because my daddy had told me I was Italian, right? When I did the Ancestry DNA test, it said that I was 26% French and a whole bunch of other shit. I got Nigerian in me. I got a little Indonesian, a little all type of shit. I don't fucking know. It was like lots of things. So, but it wasn't no Italian. So I'm like, how my daddy say I'm Italian?
Oh, so that wasn't in there at all?
None at all.
Oh, they left that out.
It was none at all. They did leave it out.
They left that out.
I didn't find out till months later, but I really was wondering, was my daddy for months? Like, hold the fuck up.
Your daddy, what, he half Italian?
My daddy, his mother is Italian. So, yeah, he was half Italian, and his dad was Italian and, like, French Indian. So it was weird for me to be mostly French when he was more Italian than French. It was like, what the fuck?
What's your mama?
My mama is black. She
Okay. I was waiting for you to say somebody.
She
was
got
black.
other shit mixing her, but
Okay.
you know, we all got our ancestry DNA test. So it's lots of you. Even when you get yours done, you not just one thing.
There's so many different.
It's so many different things.
I don't want to do it for that reason.
Why?
I just
you gonna find
black.
new cousins and new all type of shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm black.
He said,
That's it.
black.
I'm black. I just want to be black. I don't
You
want
might have some
else to-
kids out here.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to come up and they be like, nigga, you part Korean. Like, no, I ain't. Nigga, I'm black. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be saying nigga and feeling bad about it. I just want to feel like myself. Like, fuck that. But
No, I dare you to do it.
Nah, I might do it. I be thinking about it. I be like, damn, I might fuck with it or whatever. But
my adopted sister, she found her family through Ancestry DNA test. So.
Damn.
Right. That was deep.
What if you find some shit you don't want to find?
But ain't that crazy now that adopted people can literally, that's the root home that people gonna go to, because when you put your child up for adoption and you have closed records, you have no other way to find them, what you think they're gonna turn to? Ancestry DNA test.
That's crazy.
That's the only way that you can actually find the connection. So it was oddly strange that she signed up hoping that she would find her mama, and the mama signed up hoping she would find her, and they
was looking for each other.
They was looking for each other. Yeah, that was deep.
That's amazing. Stop.
Hey, if y'all looking for
that's amazing. That's dope right there. They was looking for
they
each
was
other.
looking for each other. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why I say you might have some kids out here you don't know about.
I don't want to know. Fuck that.
Fuck.
I don't want to know. Listen, nah. You know, I be thinking sometimes, random thought, right? I be thinking like sometimes like when it's a full moon out, I look at the moon, and I'm like, damn, it's so many other people in the world looking at the same moon I'm looking at. It's like we all looking at this one thing together, and we might never meet, never cross paths. But the same thing is in our line of vision. That shit fucks me up when I think about that.
We all connected.
All of us.
All of us.
We just here moving.
Yeah.
All of us. When you think, imagine looking at Earth from the moon. It's just traffic moving, just going.
Man, that's deep. That's crazy. I wish that I could look at Earth from the moon. I want to get enough money so I can go and see that type of shit.
Nah, see, that's that French side. That's that other side. The black side, you
First
would not
of all,
say
you
that.
better get you a house
Fuck
out of
that.
space, because you know
Man,
what? You
fuck
never know
that.
what
I'm
the fuck
staying
this
here.
government got planned.
I'm here till it's a wrap. I ain't going nowhere. They got to evict me off this motherfucker. Imagine that.
No, just gonna blow this
Imagine we get
motherfucker
to
up.
that point where they start evicting niggas from Earth.
I don't believe they're gonna evict it, but they may try to do some shit. First of all, it's a lot of shit going on in this
Think
world.
about it. What if they put jails on different planets?
You
It's
got
like,
Gaia?
What's that?
I'm gonna have to send you I'm gonna send you my login so you can get on there. That's a whole nother topic of discussion.
Oh, Gaia
don't-
is
they
a
don't-
site?
Man, that's world true.
Shit,
It's
I
a
thought
world.
it was a disease.
No,
You got Gaia. Man, I ain't
Gaia
got
is
no
an
fucking
app.
Gaia.
It's an app, but
Oh,
it's world
okay.
truth. Like, you literally can watch them finding a alien and dissecting it, unwrapping it. It was mummified. You find, like, it was I
can't wait to see
somebody
an
who used to
alien.
work at NASA. They had his face blurred out.
I can't wait to see an alien.
They had to put a little notice into his death on the end of the episode. He died 2 weeks after airing the show and speaking on them.
Yeah, they got his ass.
Yeah, they did, but they
They
had a
got
lot
his
of people
ass.
out there exposing them. But they, you know what I'm saying, speaking truth.
I don't even think it's exposing at this point. We know it.
They wasn't supposed to speak on it though.
We know it. You think, all right, let me ask you this, since we're on the topic, and I ain't never had this kind of conversation on the show before. So, you think if a fucking ship came to Earth, you think people would be, like, panicking and scared?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think certain people would.
I don't think so. You know why?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. But you know why? I think we prepared for it through media. Media has prepared us for it. You know what I mean? Films, all that kind of shit has prepared us to really kind of
Yeah,
yearn
it might
for
be
that
like
shit.
it might be like, oh my god.
Yeah,
like,
motherfuckers
but-
want to see it. Niggas would be standing outside waiting to be like welcome committee. Like, let's talk to them. Let's see what they want. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, if they came through this motherfucker shooting,
I'd
you
rather
know
them
what I'm
tell
saying?
us
Then
what
it's
they
different.
want than only be communicating with the government and we not know what the fuck going on for
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
so
yeah,
hey, aliens, if y'all watching this shit,
They watching.
y'all ever watch this shit, we want to get to know y'all
we
too.
fucks with y'all. Listen, I'm trying to see what y'all shit look like. Like, you know what I'm
Period.
saying? Nah, for real. I would
Period.
love to see that. I don't think aliens look different. To be honest, I mean, I feel like they might look like us.
I do believe they may look a little different.
think so?
Yeah, when you see, if you watch the show where the alien was dissected, I had to send it to you, but they were different, just like how we were different. Well, I don't know. You know how we've changed over the years. Like, depending on your environment, like, things change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
But you know, when you watch movies, they give you this green, big-eyed thing with a big-ass head. Like, who told y'all that this is what they look like?
But you ever thought, I've had the idea that movies don't come from nowhere.
They don't.
They don't come from
That's
nowhere.
what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
why I say we're ready for it.
So
they
it might
us.
be. So that look of how an alien looks.
Somebody seen that and said, I mean,
right. You feel me?
And there's too many films that follow that guideline. Like, all of y'all look kind of the fucking same, right? So, yeah, I agree. I just don't think that, I mean, now, I know humans like to conquer, you know what I mean? A specific race of humans love to conquer, right? But I think that's why they try to project that fear on you, like, oh, if they came here, they'd be coming to conquer. And we don't know that. We don't know that they would be coming to conquer. Maybe they would. Maybe we be going there to conquer.
You know, it's a place in Colorado where they be having, like, military people all surrounded by, I don't know what it's called. It's on Gaia. I know a lot of people, like, I be giving my my login to any and everybody, and I always tell them, like, if you know anybody else who's interested in World Truth, give my shit to them too. Like, just because I pay for it and anybody can sign on to it, and there's so much knowledge on there, I just share it with any and everybody. But we could all look at each other, watch history. We be learning so much shit. It just be so interesting. Like, the shit just you just gotta get on there. You just gonna be like, bro, like, it's a reason why they ain't got this shit on cable, but they now got it on Roku TV. They just put it on Roku. All you gotta do is put the login in.
Yeah, see that kind of like, just, and this is a little bit off topic, but like, if I like. When I was younger, when I would meet girls and I would talk to girls, when I would have conversations like this with women, this is what would make me like them more, because it's like, oh, you're a fucking nerd, like you're a geek, like your mind is open, you into different things, like you see different perspectives. You're not just about love and hip hop, you know what I mean, or Bad Girls Club, and it's like, damn, you know, what else are you into? And it's like, what you mean? That's it, like, you know what I mean? Then it's like, nah, I can't fuck with her.
I totally understand that. I mean, I feel that way just about guys too, because some guys not into even having open conversation or debates. I'm a Libra, so you know I like to debate, and some people could take that as argumentative, but I'm not really argumentative. I like to understand another person's perspective and dive into it and ask questions and understand it, and somebody else may take it as, oh, she's trying to argue. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just trying to get to know you. Like,
I'm a Capricorn. I like to make you prove the point you're trying to make. Like, I'll listen to you talk, I'll let you get your shit off, but you got to validate why you said that. You know what I mean? And I don't like to argue, but I love to debate.
With Capricorns. Ooh.
You ain't never had no bad experience with no Capricorn.
Yes,
Cut it out.
I promise I did.
What happened?
And every time somebody tell me they dating a Capricorn, I always say, run far away.
You out here throwing smut on our name?
No lie.
Listen, y'all, don't fuck with no Libras. Them Libras ain't shit.
I'm not sure. I know. I'm just telling you, like, maybe you changed my perspective of them today.
Yeah, I try to be a good representation. Like, you know, I think we got some depth to us. You know what I mean? We got some depth to us, and I think that if you take the time, a person take the time to really understand us, you'll be like, we really critical thinkers as well. You know, just like a Libra is. I think that we're more stubborn than a lot. You know what I mean? That's the goat in us, so we're not bullheaded, stubborn, or whatever. But for the most part, we mean good, and you know, we just natural leaders, and sometimes we don't allow others to contribute to the success of a situation. We just take everything and run with it. Like, nah, I got this. Don't worry about it. And we can't always be like that, because life doesn't work like that. Because then people will start to feel like, oh, you think you know everything, or you think you're always right, and these are things that I always hear in my life. Like, you always trying to take control, and it's like, damn, I don't even realize it, but I be doing that. You know what I mean? I do that, but
at least you identify with it.
I be passionate about shit, and I be like, man, if I don't do it, it ain't gonna get done.
Period.
I don't like pushing shit on other people to do it. I'll do it myself. Yeah. Because then I know it got done. If I depend on you to do it and you don't do it, now we got a problem. I don't want no problems with nobody.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have a problem with somebody if I don't get home soon. So.
Listen, our date is over.
We've been talking for how long? I don't even know what time it is. We just been so into it. It's just been going and going.
I told you earlier, when I started drinking.
I don't make it no better. If I lived in a world where nobody was waiting on me, we probably be talking into the sun came up.
You definitely was dropping gems early on, manifesting and journaling.
As much as I sit in the house alone, not talking to nobody, shoot, I'm ready to talk.
Damn. Well, listen, what you need to do, go ahead, put your plan together, get you a podcast set up, and You know, I told her I help y'all if you need some help, but other than that, you need to do something because you got to have an exit strategy from the the OnlyFans.
Most definitely.
You don't want to do that forever.
It's on my mind.
You sound like you don't want to do it forever. So,
No, I don't.
Yeah. But in the meantime, while you are doing it, go ahead and let them know where to find you at.
So you can follow me on IG at They Love Her Story 2. That's story with an I. And then, my OF, my OnlyFans, is theyloveherstory.com.
Yep. Y'all know me. Follow us at strip clubs and art galleries. We got another fire episode. I can't wait to drop it because I know that this some of the shit you talked about today, I haven't got a chance to talk about with anybody. So anytime I get to do that, I just be eager to like let people see it because people only think I talk about sex. And I'm like, that's not true. That's just the part y'all look at. But anyway, I'm grateful to have you hear those stories. And thank you again. Definitely come back again. Man, we'll figure it out. We'll put something together because I feel like you got a lot of potential to do things. I love to work with you on some other stuff too. So we had a conversation. You know what I mean? We have a conversation off camera. Before we get out of here, remember, tune into the Patreon. Follow us on Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Everything that's on your phone. If you got an app on your phone and they talk to people, we on there. So just fuck with us there. We appreciate y'all. All right? Man. Oh. Before you get out of here, go let us see the fit. Can we see the fit before you go? That's one thing I always ask.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How does
You
work?
twisted. You done talking. Go ahead.
Oh, it feels good.
Oh, my God. The Lord is with you.
It's like, no.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so on that note, that's going to be our trailer. We're going to get a drop before we get out of here. But other than that, thank y'all again for tuning in. And another episode, we out. Love.